and gentlemen, the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Wildcats of Fresno, Cincinnati. Starting at 4, a 6'2" senior, number 0, Damon Payne. Starting at 1, a 6'1" senior, number 1, Trey Ratcliffe. Starting at guard, a 6'4.5" senior, number 3, Taven Lovett. Starting at 4, a 6'4.5" senior, number 20, Dakota Thomas. And at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 23, Carliso Kurtz. Positive values. All of us have worked hard to create a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. We remind you that we expect good behavior will quickly penalize misconduct. We encourage and appreciate your help. Let this competition reflect mutual respect among all participants, reporters, and officials. Good luck and have a great contest.
All right, ball in the air, and the tip goes to Warren Central as Moss grabs it. Down in the corner it goes to Bibb. Back out front. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, goes to Warren Central. Two officials looked at each other and got the call right, I believe. Cousin stands out to pass it in, gets it into McFadden. McFadden down in the corner again to Cousin. Cousin dribbles with it, gives it back out front to Potter. Ball almost stolen, but knocked back to Potter. Potter over to Cousin. Cousin drives, pulls it back out to Bibb. Right side it goes to Potter. And then down in the corner to McFadden. They go inside, can't do anything with it. Turns, spins, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound by Payne for the Wildcats. Nice defense that time. Lovin down in the corner to Dokes. Drives, gives it back out to Lovin. At the top of the circle, then on the right side it goes to Radcliffe, to Payne, to Dokes, top of the circle. Dribbles with it and gives it back to Lovin. Taven with it, takes the dribble. Down in the corner it goes to Payne. Payne dribbles, drives the baseline, stops, pulls it out to Thomas. Thomas to Dokes, underneath to Thomas, puts the shot up, it's good, and a foul. Nice pass, nice job by Dakota, and the Wildcats go to the free throw line for 1, leading it by 2.
Nice ball movement all over on that end of the floor that time.
Certainly was. And the foul is on Cousin. Dakota at the free throw line, puts it in the air, bounces out on him, no good. Rebound by Potter. He gives it up to McFadden. McFadden drives to the left side, puts it back out front to Potter. Then over to Cousin. They go inside, ball stolen by Lovin, heads for the basket. All the way down, goes right between two guys, lays it up and good. Steal by Lovin in the basket. Wildcats up 4-0 in the backcourt. Cousin. On the right side it goes to Bibb. Bibb pulls it back out front to Potter. It's a pretty good defense by the Wildcats, and Bibb's got it. Drives down the middle, walk and got away with it, and tries to get it in the corner, and then finally passes it back out to McFadden. Played 2 minutes, Wildcats are up 4-0. McFadden drives down into the corner, gives it back out front to Moss. Moss to Bibb. And on the right side, a drive by Cousin, shot blocked by Lovin. Heads the other way, down to Dokes. Dokes will drive, puts up a runner, no good. Rebound by Moss for the Dragons. He gives it up to Potter, and Potter at the top of the circle. Fires up a long three-pointer. He got it. Averaging 22 points. Radcliffe in the backcourt with it. Gets it across the line. Left McFadden kind of standing. McFadden had a smile on his face. And over to Dokes on the right side, back out to Payne. Payne heads for the basket. Dokes open. And down in the corner, Lovin to Thomas. Thomas to Lovin, back out to Dokes. Left side to Radcliffe. He drives. Gives it to Dokes. A two-pointer up, in and out, no good. Rebound taken by Moss. 4-3. And now 5-4 as the basket quickly down the floor by Cousin. Orange Central with the lead right now, 1 point. Lovin out front. Gives it to Payne. Down in the corner, a three-pointer up. Bounces, no good. Rebound by the Dragons as Potter brings it up the floor. Gives it to Bibb, drives, puts a shot up.
Offensive.
And offensive foul.
That was a good call, by the way. If he'd kept his arm in, he might have been all right, but he threw that elbow out there and almost forced the official to call the foul on him.
5-4, the Dragons are leading. Dokes in the backcourt with it. And ball stolen and re-stolen by Dokes, but a foul. Foul called on Dokes, his first. Into the ball game is Esmick.
Almost halfway through the first quarter, 5-4 the score, Central on top.
Gets the ball in underneath and passes back out in the corner. Cousin backs it back out and gives it to Potter. Potter fires up another long three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Lovin. Taven will bring it up. Across the line, drives all the way down, pulls it back out. Top of the circle to Payne. He'll give it to Lovin. Lovin out at the three-point line, puts a shot up, no good. Tip, no good. Rebound by the Dragons as McFadden's got it. Brings it all the way down. Drives in, lays it up, no good. Got his own rebound. Shots blocked, but a foul. Payne with the foul. Couldn't see who he was calling it on. And to the free throw line is Potter. Shooting a couple. And in the air with it. Got it. Orange Central with a 2-point lead. And Potter back at the free throw line. 2 fouls for each team here in the early going. 3:40 left in the first quarter. Put it up, got it. 3-point lead for the Dragons. Roby all the way down the floor. And over and back. And that's the right call.
It was the right call. He was in midair when he caught it. And you got to establish in the front court before you're in the front court.
Esmick passes the ball in and gives it to, and a charging foul called on number 11, Esmick. He dropped the ball, and then we had good positioning on him. He just ran over him. So inbounds to Radcliffe. And Trey in the backcourt with it. Looks over toward Lovin, but then brings it up himself. Drives, gives it down to Dokes. Dokes drives. Shot blocked, but a foul. And he'll go to the line for 2. Foul called on me.
3:14 to go in the first quarter, 7-4 the score as Carliso goes to the free throw line.
And got the free throw. Be back for the second one. And eyes the basket and no good. Utsi tipped it, but they say over the back. So Utsi picks up his first foul, the third on the Wildcats. Dragons across the line. Esmick with it. Gives it over to Potter. Back out to Esmick. They go inside to Moss. Esmick. And back out to Potter. To Me. Me drives. Doesn't go in. Puts a three-point shot up. No good. Rebound. Throws it up. No good. Rebound taken by the Dragons as the Daviteron picks it up, still dribbling with it. Drives, gets cut off, and then back out front. Me with it. Drives down the middle and a little runner put up and no good. Rebound, shots up and good on the rebound by Moss.
They're keeping us off the boards, James. They're out rebounding us seriously.
Yeah. Here comes Utsi all the way down, lays it up. It is good and a foul. Oh, he called a travel. Where was that at? All right, here we go. I thought a bad call, but in the corner and then back out front. It comes to Moss. Shots up and a foul. Well, foul on Lovin. Wildcat fans on him pretty bad. Out front it comes to Moss. To Esmick. And drives and called for the travel, I think. Is that what he called?
Yeah, carrying the ball.
Oh, carrying the ball, okay. Well, he's made just about every call that's been made.
Yeah, he has.
Needs to bite his whistle there.
That walk on Utsi was bad, yeah. I thought.
Back to Lovin. Taven with it all the way down. Heads for the basket. Puts the shot up, no good. Rebound taken by Moss. Down the floor come the Dragons. Ball stolen by Utsi. Gives it up to Lovin. And missed the slam, but a foul. Utsi put it right out in front, but the Dragons fouled him. And that foul is on Potter, his first. And Lovin will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws here.
9-5, 1:32 to go in the first, as Taven will have 2.
He puts it up. Got it. 9-6. 3-point lead. Minute 32 left in the first quarter. Dragons leading. And Lovin back at the line. Has a basket and puts it up and no good. Rebound knocked around and taken by Moody. Gives it to Lovin. Lovin drives all the way down, puts a short runner up. Good. 9-8. Wildcats trailing by 1 across the line. Is McFadden. Gives it back out front to Cousin. Turns, spins down in the corner to McFadden. Then back out to shots up. And a charging foul called on Esmick, and that's his second.
He went in out of control.
Oh, yeah.
He saw an opening, and as Josiah does so often, Josiah got there, and he only gets a call about 50% of the time, but that time he got it.
And Payne checks back in, and Utsi checks out. So it is Moody and Radcliffe and Roby and Payne and Bass for the Wildcats. Into Radcliffe. Gets it over to Moody. Will with it. Gives it back to Radcliffe. Brings it across the line. And still dribbling with it after the top of the circle with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. 9-8. Dragons with the lead. Radcliffe still driving. And down in the corner, Moody. Will couldn't get his shot off. Gives it back to Payne. To Roby. Roby dribbles to Moody. Top of the circle. And threw it away. 9-8. Dragons with the lead. And 36 seconds left in the first quarter.
I saw that a lot yesterday in the Rose Bowl. The passer was throwing in one direction and the receiver was going in another.
I'm telling you, what a game that was.
It was a game.
I gave up on it and then went back to it and then gave up on it the second time. But anyway, on the right side, it goes to Esnick. And back out front, it comes to Bill. And McFadden drives and Roby with the foul. .22 seconds in the first quarter. 1-point lead for the Dragons. McFadden stands out to pass it in. And then over to Cousin. Cousin drives, goes down the middle, and passes underneath. Can't get the shot off. 12 seconds left. Fires one up. No good. Hit the support. And the Wildcats will have 9 seconds to see if they can get a shot off here. Trailing by 1, 9-8. Wildcats haven't played particularly well. It's a 1-point ball game. And Lovin will pass it inbounds. And inbounds it comes to Radcliffe. And back to Lovin. Lovin at 5 seconds. Drive, stops, pulls up, fires up a three-pointer, no good, and the quarter comes to a close. It's the Dragons 9, the Wildcats 8. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports. Dokes brings it across the line for the Wildcats as we start the second quarter to Payne. Payne lays it up and no good. It hung. I've never seen one that's...
Usually it hits and just lodges into that one. Looked like it just rested up there, didn't it?
I believe if they'd have waited a little while, it would have come down. And on the alternate possession, the Dragons get it, and McFadden will bring it across the line. And down in the corner it comes. They give it back out to Moss. Turns, spins, backs it out. And then to McFadden. Passes on the left side to Cousin. Drive, shots up, and rolls good. Who was that? Who scored that one?
Who scored that?
Lovin with it. Brings it across the line to Dokes. Dokes drives in. Gives it to Payne. Payne to Lovin. Out behind the three line now. He drives, puts a jumper up. No good. Rebound. Taken by Bibb. A long three-pointer up, no good. Air ball, actually. 11-8, three-point lead for the Dragons. That matches their biggest lead. The Wildcats have led before. And substitute Potter checks back into the ball game, and Bibb will check out. All right, Lovin will pass it in. Into Payne. Payne gets double teamed, gets out of it. Brings it up across the timeline. 11-8, Wildcats trailing. In the corner, Dokes didn't pull the trigger. I thought he was open, but evidently he didn't. To Payne. Drives down the middle, gives it to Lovin. He drives in, puts the shot up, good. And I got news for you. The Dragons are going to flop on him. So far, it hadn't worked. Shots up, no good. Rebound by Thomas. Up to Lovin. Taven with it across the line. Nice job by Dakota that time with a little good defense. 11-10. Wildcats trailing by 1 with the ball. Loving hauls off and fires a 3. No good. Thought he got hit on the hand, but no call. Up the floor come the Dragons. That's Potter with it. Drive. Shots up and good. Back over his head.
Got behind us. Somebody's going to have to step in that lane and cut him off.
Yeah, going to have to play better defense out front. We didn't stop him to begin with there that time. And then didn't cut him off either. Lovin with it, top of the circle. 13-10. Lovin drives. Puts a shot up and a foul.
Oh, no.
Foul called on Lovin, his second. That guy called a really good ball game against Bowling Green, and that was, if that was anything, it was a blocking foul, but probably wasn't anything. All right, 13-10. Wildcats trailing right now. Give it over on the left side to Potter. Back out front it comes, and down in the corner to Esmick out front, and a long three-pointer up. Oh my goodness. Banked it in. Wildcats down 16-10. Radcliffe with it in the backcourt. There's a foul. Radcliffe on the right side to Lovin. Turns, spins, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound. They're all over him when he shoots those shots. Potter with it. Oh, passes it back out to Barber. And Esmick with it. Down in the corner it goes to Cousin and call for the travel. And Taven will take a break, and Utsi in the ball game.
4:35 to go in the half. 16-10 the score. Wildcats with the basketball.
Into Ragland, who checked in the ball game. He gives it up to Radcliffe. Radcliffe brings it across the line. Drives all the way down and puts it up, and a foul. And he'll go to the line for 2. Foul called on Cousin, his second. And Trey at the free throw line has not scored yet tonight. He's at the line to shoot 2. And puts it up and got it. 16-11. Dragons are leading our Wildcats, and Ratcliffe back at the line, eyes the basket. Puts it up and rolls in good.
Way to get all the iron.
That's right. 4-point lead for the Dragons. Oh, he walked. And so the Wildcats will bring it to the length of the floor. They'll get it on the side right in front of the Wildcats bench. Trailing before, halfway through, nearly the second quarter. And to Payne. And knocked out of bounds by Barber for the Dragons. And a warning there from Spencer Borders. And into Radcliffe, Trey with it. And he'll eventually bring it across the line. Number 15 guarding him is Barber, and he's trailing him and seeing if he can catch him. Radcliffe gives it to Dokes. Drives in, passes back out to Payne. Payne to Ragland, fires up a long three-pointer, in and out, and no good. Rebound tip. And down the floor comes Potter. Drives in, puts a shot up, good. 9 points for Potter. Radcliffe goes right around him. He's fouled and doesn't call it, out to Dokes. Dokes gives it up to Radcliffe. Back to Dokes. Looks at the three, doesn't take it. Gives it to Payne. Payne drives, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound by UC up, no good. Tipped up, no good. Tipped again, no good. Tipped again, no good. And finally, Potter brings it out. Walked and got away with it underneath, and a foul called on UC, and that will be a bonus situation. And UC will go to the free throw line. Esnick will go to the free throw line. He's got a three-pointer. He's shooting one in the bonus. Thomas back in, and UC checks out for the Wildcats. 6-point lead for the Dragons. That's their biggest. And Esnick shooting one in the bonus and puts it in the air and bounces. No good. Rebound by Thomas. Gets it to Roby. Josiah will be met in the backcourt there, and we'll bring it across the line as they back off on him. Roby on the left side to Payne, and back to Radcliffe to Thomas in the corner to Roby. Roby out to Radcliffe. Drives for the basket, turns, spins, puts a jump shot up, bounces, no good. Thomas with it, puts it up, no good. Rebound. Worked hard for that one, couldn't get it to go down. Down the floor comes Bibb. Down in the corner, loses it out of bounds. As good work by Payne, smacked it off of Bibb and out of bounds.
2:33 to go in the half, 18-12. I'm sorry.
No, that's right. Radcliffe drives all the way down, and a foul called. Foul called on 15. That will be Barber, and coach reminded him about putting their hands on him, and Trey goes to the free throw line for one in the bonus.
The reason I said I was sorry, I looked up there and it says period 1, but we are in the second period, aren't
Yes,
we?
sir.
Need to have more confidence in myself.
Yeah, well, this guy, he's more interested in something else other than that. Free throw's good. Cuts the lead to 4, 18-14. Second period. Ball stolen, and Radcliffe goes to Dakota, puts a three up, bounces, no good. Nobody under the rebound. Down the floor come the Dragons, and ball almost stolen, but Barber with it. Backs it out and gets it over to Bibb. Back to Barber down in the corner, usually, and gives it on a long three-pointer up, no good. Taken on the rebound by Thomas. Roby all the way down, drives, gets it out in the corner to Ragland, to Radcliffe. That was a nice save by Ragland down there in the corner. Minute 36 left in the first quarter. Wildcats down before, 18-14. On the right side, Ragland gives it back out to Thomas. Gives it to Radcliffe. Puts the jumper up, no good. Rebound. Wildcats with some bad shooting luck tonight. Can't get it to go down. Potter with it. Across the line and over to Bibb. Bibb down in the corner to Esnick, and almost stolen, but gets it back over to Potter. And down in the corner, long three-pointer up, no good. Rebound by Radcliffe. Wildcats on the run. All the way down, stops at the top of the circle, gives it to Ragland. He drives, gives it to Payne. And timeout called by the Wildcats, trailing by 4 points with 44 seconds left in the second quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports.
theory is they got to play a lot of games in a row for a state championship. And
yep. All right. Well, now we're ready. Loving with it. Gets it into Radcliffe. Radcliffe tops the circle with 39 seconds left. Radcliffe. And ball slapped loose. Bad pass. And McFadden with it, drives all the way down underneath, shots up and good by Potter. He's their leading scorer, and he's leading them tonight. 11 points for him here in the first half. 18 seconds left, Wildcats down by 4, 20-14. Radcliffe heads for the basket, goes all the way down, puts it up and in. His first field goal, got 6 points. 4-point lead. And across to Potter, fires one up, no good, and we go to the dressing room. The Wildcats trailing at 20-16, and we will be back. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports. Okay, the Cousin to inbound the ball, gives it into McFadden. McFadden walks across the line with it, works to the right side, back to the left, and gives it underneath, shots up, and good, and a foul. Can't rebound from behind them. And Dakota picks up the foul. And at the free throw line is Moss with the field goal and the free throw, and it's good. 23-16.
need a basket here. This thing could get out of hand.
Yep, over to Lovin and to Payne. Payne brings it out to Dokes. Looks underneath. They give it to Thomas. Back out to Radcliffe and to Dokes. Fires up a three-pointer. That's what we're looking for right there. They left him open, and Dokes knocked her down. 23-19. Shots up, no good. Rebound by Lovin. On the way. Drives all the way down. Gives it to Dokes. Looks at the three, doesn't take it. He'll back it out. Gives it out to Payne, top of the circle. Payne drives, gives it to Radcliffe. Gives it to Lovin. Lovin at the free throw line will back it out. Shoots the three-pointer. Got it!
Got to cut a lead pretty quick, 2 threes in a row.
I reckon it does. Cut it to 1. And big Cousin with it. Turns, spins, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound Thomas. Dakota with it. Gives it to Lovin. Lovin across the timeline. Drives down and stays behind the three line. Heads for the basket. Stops. Gives it to Radcliffe. He fires a three up. No good. Thomas couldn't get a hold of it. 1 point lead for the Dragons. Out front with it is Bibb. Bibb gives it down in the corner to Cousin. Cousin back out front now to Bibb. To Potter. And shots up, no good. Rebound by Payne. Down in the corner to Dokes. Open for a three again. Got it. Carlisso Dokes. And the lead goes quickly to 2 points, and Coach Unseld decides he wants a timeout as the Wildcats have outscored the Dragons here.
30-second timeout starts for Wildcats.
That guy stays 1 period behind the whole time. I wonder if he had a 0 up there and there was 1. All right, good pressure by the Wildcats. They cross-courted over to Potter. Down in the corner it comes. And it looked like he walked, no call. McFadden with it. And back out front. Then down in the corner again to Potter. And then down in the corner to Bibb and to McFadden. Back to Bibb, drives and throws a shot up, no good. Rebound, shots up and good by Moss. Tied at 25. Radcliffe across the line, gives it to Lovin. Over to Dokes, looked at the three, didn't take it. Radcliffe gives it to Payne, back to Radcliffe. He shoots a jumper, good. 8 points for Trey, and the Wildcats back up by 2.
Hey, it's all about rebounding for you. Let's go.
McFadden with it.
That's what we said.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said. Cousin with it. Gets it out to Potter. Potter gives it to Bibb. Down in the corner, Cousin drives. Gets cut off, has to come back out. And they give it to Potter.
Well,
Potter falls down and drops it out of bounds. He wanted that blocking foul so bad on Lovin, and Taven just sidestepped him. Roby will check in. Wildcats up 27-25. Taven with it. Into Roby. Roby will bring it across the timeline. Still in the backcourt. Nearly halfway through the quarter to Radcliffe. Trey drives, gives it to Dokes. Looks at the three again, doesn't take it. Gives it to Lovin. Lovin drives the other way, gives it down in the corner. 3-point shot up, no good. And passes into Roby. What a rebound. Down to Utsi. Puts a jumper up, no good. Tip, no good. And Dragons with the rebound. In the middle, shots up, shot blocked by Lovin. Utsi with it. Drives all the way down and puts a shot up, and a blocking foul called on McFadden, I believe. Utsi was going so fast, McFadden couldn't catch him. Tried to get in front of him to draw the foul, and McFadden is called for the foul, and a couple of subs in as Utsi goes to the free throw line. Ollie not scored tonight. Well, he won't score now, I don't guess, because they took him away from the line. All right, Roby gets it into Lovin. Gets fouled, no call, so they'll bring it back out. Threw it high in the air, but he decided not to take a shot. Drives in, turns, spins, puts a shot up, no good. And Utsi steals the ball to Dokes. Nice job by Utsi.
Kid's hustling.
He was. Coach told him it was all about rebounding for him, so that's what he's doing. To Radcliffe. Looks at the three into Utsi, top of the circle, into Lovin. Turns, spins, puts a shot up, no good. Tip, no good. And Josiah, high in the air, smacked it off of a Central player. Boy, Josiah can jump, can't he?
He can jump. We saw that in football.
Yep. 27-25. Wildcats up by 2 with 3:14 left in the third quarter. And into Dokes. Wide open for a three. Oh. No good. Rebound by the Dragons. McFadden with it. All the way down. Drives. Throws it up. No good. Rebound by Utsi. Radcliffe on the run. To Lovin. Takes it in. Up. Foul call. The charge. Third foul called on Lovin, and I don't believe that call. Wow. What a call. All right. 27-25. Wildcats with the lead.
Been that for a couple of minutes. They've been up and down the floor about 8 times.
Yep. Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought he got fouled when they threw the ball into him and 3 guys collapsed on him and just hammered him, and they don't call it. So far, the refereeing hadn't been anything as good as we saw up at Bowling Green, and 2 of these officials are the same.
Wasn't as good as it is in the girls' game either.
That's right. McFadden with it. He gives it over to Cousin. Loses the ball. and he can't dribble and passes it off. And out to Egma. He drives, gives it down in the corner. 3-point shot up, good. By me. 28-27. The Wildcats down by 1 now. Roby gives it out to Radcliffe. Radcliffe still dribbling. Drives. Gives it to Payne. Payne to Roby. Looks at the 3, doesn't take it. Gives it to Radcliffe. He drives in. Gives it back to Payne. Payne to Dokes. Working the weave. Gives it to Roby. Roby drives in. Gives it to Radcliffe. Looks at the 3. Drives. Gives it out to Payne. Payne drives. Puts a jumper up. Bounces. No good. I thought he got him on the arm, but no call. Dragons with a 1-point lead. Drives down. Lays it up. No good. Rebound taken by Roby. Josiah. Going all the way down and gets hammered from the back. And the foul is on 13, who will be McFadden, his second. And the Wildcats put it in play on the baseline, trailing by 1. McFadden goes out. And Roby into Dokes. Looks at the 3, doesn't take it though. Works it to the top of the circle. Down in the corner to Roby. Josiah drives for the basket, gives it back out to Payne. Payne puts a shot up, no good. Tipped, no good. Tipped up, no good. Utsi tipped it up again, no good. My goodness.
That's a walk.
And that's what he called. My goodness. Utsi, what did he get, 4 or 5?
4. Man's working hard, I'm telling you.
All right, Wildcats to put it in play. And it comes to Dokes. Looks at the 3, doesn't take it. And he'll back it out now. Gives it to Roby. Josiah drives. Gives it down in the corner to Payne. Back to Radcliffe. Back to Dokes. And inside it goes to Radcliffe. Puts a jumper up. And rebounded by the Dragons. All the way down in the corner they come with it and bring it back out to Potter. Cousins driving Roby all over him, and he has to back out and finally gets it over. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Utsi. Down the floor to Dokes. Drives, lays it up. Oh, my goodness, wide open. Wow. Josiah Roby called for the foul, his second. My goodness.
I'm going to tell you, Utsi threw a rope down there. I wouldn't have stepped in front of that basketball as hard as it was thrown.
Well, Dragons leading by 1 with 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Across the timeline from the Dragons down in the corner. It goes to Esmick. Down in the corner and they go inside. Shots up good by Potter. 18 seconds left. Wildcats trailing by 3. Radcliffe out front.
That's it.
And a hand check. Foul called on Dat Trayvon. First name Jewel. And one of our friends behind us here from the Wildcats said too fast for him. Payne drives all the way down, passes underneath, shots up, and good by Thomas. And shots I will be done. A 3-point shot from where? The free throw line down here, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
The other 3-point line.
24% from the field. Central shooting 36, James.
All right, Lovin passes into Radcliffe. Trey drives, gives it out to Dokes. Dokes takes the dribble, gives it to Radcliffe. And trying to get a slam dunk there, but it didn't work. They were after him. Radcliffe drives down the middle, lays a shot up, no good. Nobody under the rebound again. Across the timeline comes Potter to Esmick. They go inside and foul call on Payne. Payne second. Utsi in and Thomas comes out for the Wildcats. Utsi had a heck of a third quarter. All right, on the baseline, Dragons try to pass it in. And a foul called. And Esmick with his second foul. Inbounds it comes to Ratcliffe in the backcourt. Gives it over to Lovin. Taven drives all the way down. Got foul, no call, all over his hands. They give it to Radcliffe. Over to Utsi. Utsi to Dokes. To Payne, top of the circle. Gives it to Lovin. Taven turns, spins, puts a shot up off the glass, no good, knocked out of bounds. It belongs to the Wildcats. And he gets fouled every time he goes in, doesn't he?
I don't see how that's not a foul.
It's got to be. Gets the ball up in there all over his arm and his body. Inbounds it comes to Payne. Puts a jumper up from the side and no good. Rebound, out of bounds, and it'll go to the Wildcats. Lovin smacked it out of bounds.
Started to say we might have gotten away with one there.
I think he smacked it off Moss, but at any rate. Inbounds to Lovin. Taven backs it out behind the three line. Fires a three up. Got it! Well, cut the lead to 1. 33-32 Dragons. Back out front. He drives in and looked like he walked, and there's a three-point shot up and no good. Lovin with the rebound. On the run. Gets hammered, no call. Moves across the line. Fires up another three. Bounces, no good. A rebound by Moss. Down the floor to Esmick. You'd see all over him. Potter with it. They pass it over to McFadden. 6:14 left in the game, 1 point game. The Dragons with a 1 point lead. Esmick with it. Heads for the basket and walked. No, they called a foul. Foul called on Ali Utsi. 6:03 left in the game. Dragons put the ball in play on the and stolen by Lovin. Heads for the basket, drives all the way down and slams it down, and a foul. Foul called on Cousin, his third. And Lovin will go to the free throw line. Boy, got hammered again. And they are, both of them talking, both of the officials talking to Cousin about that foul.
I think that could have been called an intentional foul, just to be honest with you.
All right, Lovin has the free throw line and puts it in there and got it. 6 points for him in this quarter. Payne checks out, Roby checks back in. Cousin. Wildcats leading by 2, and Coach Spencer wanting to stop, and so do we. McFadden across the timeline, goes down the right side. Ball knocked loose, puts a shot up, good. My goodness, ball just bounced wrong for us that time.
Yep.
Tied at 35 with 5:40 left in the ball game. Lovin drives down the middle, stops, gives it to Dokes. A three on the way, no good. Utsi tips it back out to Radcliffe. Another nice job there by Utsi. I believe that was him under there.
It was.
Radcliffe with the ball. Still dribbling with it. Gives it to Loving. Taven drive, turns, spins, lays it up, good! And a timeout call by the Wildcats. Absolutely no contact that time. They can't handle it. Saw it when you didn't. All right, McFadden with it in the backcourt, brings it across the timeline, goes to the right side to Bibb. Bibb looking inside, can't do it, and gives to McFadden, back to Bibb. And down in the corner, Potter. Back out front to McFadden. On the left side, they go now to Bibb down in the corner. Back to Potter. Turns, spins, and shot is up and good. Tied at 37, 4.5 minutes left in the game. Loving goes to the left side. Radcliffe brings the ball down the right side of the floor, drives, gives it to Loving at the top of the circle. He'll back it out. Still dribbling with it. Still dribbling with it. Gets the screen and holds it up. Goes to the left side, gives it out to Dokes. Looked at the three, didn't take it. Radcliffe drives right down the middle, puts a shot up, and a blocking foul called. And that was a good call. That foul is on Potter. I believe that will be his second. And Radcliffe will go to the free throw line.
Tied at 37, 4:10 to go in the ball game, as Trey will go to the line and Josiah will come into the ball game.
Well, Coach Clark out mopping the floor up. Don't seem like the officials want to, so nobody from Warren Central sure really wants to. Giving us a little blow there, isn't he?
Yep.
He even got his own coach's towel out there wiping the floor up. All right. Radcliffe with the ball in and out, no good. Rimmed out on him. Back for one. 37 apiece, Wildcats and the Dragons. With 4:10 left in the game. Puts it up, no good. A rebound right straight to Cousin. He gives it up to Potter, and Potter bring it across the line. Gives it on the right side to McFadden. Turns, spins to Potter. Drives in, can't get a shot off. Gives it to McFadden. He drives. Ball knocked from the back. Loving all the way down. Drives, turns, spins, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound. Up and in by Utsi. 39-37 Wildcats. McFadden with it. Ball almost slapped loose. McFadden gets it back. Gives it to Cousin. Cousin down in the corner to Bibb. Bibb top of the circle now. And trying to get it to Cousin. Cousin holds the ball, goes inside, and gives it out front. He's been in there 3 seconds, but no call down in the corner. Walk. And they called it. Wildcats up by 2 with 3:13 left, and they've got the basketball. Taven will pass it in. Full court pressure by the Dragons. And Lovin gets it into Radcliffe. Radcliffe still in the backcourt. Goes across the line.
That's a hold.
He's got his jersey. Got his jersey again. Radcliffe down in the corner. Dokes with a three. Got it! Carlisso Dokes with his third three of the night. He's got 10. Wildcats up 42-37 with 2:49 left. And the Wildcats, or the Dragons, Wildcats with the lead. Dragons want a timeout. We'll be right back here listening to Wildcat Country Sports. Game, and so it will be Cousin with the ball. Inbounds it comes to McFadden. McFadden across the line. And Potter came down with it, battling for it, and came down. He was about 2 feet out of bounds.
And our listeners might have heard Coach D saying, "Don't let him have it," and he didn't.
No, but he almost let him have it.
Yeah.
2:40 left in the game. Wildcats with a 5-point lead and the basketball as Taven brings it across the line. Heads for the basket, drives all the way down, slams it down.
Bad call.
Oh, that was a bad call.
That was a bad call.
Foul called on Lovin, and I tell you what, he has to have a spot to come down, and he didn't give him a place to come down. All right, McFadden across the line. He dribbled the ball. He puts the ball on the floor. It's a double dribble. No call. Down in the corner. The Dragons with it. Moss with it. Turns, spins, puts the shot up, and no good. Rebound, Utsi. And Taven will bring it across the line.
That's a hand check.
No call. Lovin with it. 2 minutes left in the game. Radcliffe with it. There's a bump, no call. He's got a hold of jerseys and everything else. Radcliffe drives in, puts it up and in. Trey Radcliffe. 44-37, ball on the floor. Picked up the pain. Wildcats with the ball, the lead, and a minute and a half left. Over to Radcliffe. And there's a foul. And Radcliffe will go to the free throw line. Third foul on McFadden, and Trey be shooting one in the bonus. Be nice if he could knock these two down, Mr. Thurman.
Yes, sir, it would. 1:26 to go, 44-37.
Taven got his arm around it. All right, free throw in the air. Got it. 45-37 Wildcats.
You know, Taven has certainly helped to bring us back, but a whole lot of this credit goes to Ollie.
Yeah, and they have stepped in the free throw line. It's no good, but he gets another one because number 12 stepped in the lane. (45-37) Wildcats with the lead in the minute 26 left. Puts it up and no good. Rebound by Esmick. Down in the corner they go. Dribbles all the way around, gives it on the right side to McFadden, trying to get it to Potter, and they won't let him have it. Drives and down in the corner, almost threw it away. McFadden with it, a minute left in the game. McFadden drives, puts a shot up and passes in the corner. Can't get a shot off. And again, good defense for the Wildcats. They give it to McFadden. They want McFadden to shoot. He ain't going to do it. Drives in, turns, spins, falls down in the travel. With 50 seconds left, the Wildcats with the basketball, an 8-point lead. And a full timeout by the Dragons. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Country. Here we go. Wildcats with the basketball and 50 seconds left in the game. Doak. And down to Lovin. Taven will drive and lays it up and good. And a foul.
10-point lead now with 47 seconds, and Taven can add to it. Great pass down the floor.
And you'd see, what a job, young man. Lovin at the free throw line. And eyes the basket and puts it in the air and got it. Lead at 11, 48-37. 46 seconds left. Cousin across the line. Heads for the basket. They give it out front now to Bill. Puts a shot up, no good. Lovin with the rebound and the foul called on Bill. And that's his second. And Lovin goes back to the free throw line. And one in the bonus for Taven.
And from this point on, for 35 seconds, we'll be in the double bonus because they'll probably be fouling us to get us to the line.
You may be right. Taven at the line. See if they can put this one away. Shots in the air. Got it. Played one heck of a game with the calls going against him. Eyes the basket and puts the second one up and missed that one. 34 seconds left. Wildcats up by 12. Ha! Shot blocked. And here's Dokes all the way down, and he'll just run it in the corner. Not trying to score. He'll bring it back out with 21 seconds to go. Gives it over to Lovin. Yeah, what is that? Good question. Backs it out. 6 seconds go. The Wildcats are going to get a 12-point win, 49-37, and run their record to 10-3. Wildcats, what an effort tonight, Steve. What an effort by these young men. We'll be back with the